Final Fantasy 15 versus Persona 5, man. So we got Final Fantasy 15 at the end, around the end of 2016, and thankfully, Persona 5 was delayed because, you know, it would have destroyed it.
Shut up.
And the thing is with these two series is they got a lot in common, and a couple in some weird ways in a sense. Both, you know, have been going on for quite a long time, you know, in the gaming world. Persona 5 as well, you know, maybe even if you're a newcomer and you don't understand, you know, you might be like, oh, how has it been going on for so long? This is only the 5th one, but I can assure you this is not only the 5th one. And the thing is with both of them, you know, despite them going for so long, each game is its own separate universe, so gamers and, you know, fans and whatever can jump in at any point and they're still, you know, they're not going to be confused. And lastly, okay, specifically Persona 5 and Final Fantasy 15, they both brought a lot of newcomers into their respective franchises. So, you know, in this video, we're going to just talk about both of them. You know, I want to see what you guys have to say about, you know, the things I'm about to bring up. So let's have a little bit of like a little survey of some sort. And if you guys can share this video, okay, that'll help because we can see more of perspective from a wider group of people. So be sure to share this video with everyone you know that likes these two games. So let's start with the first contestant, the Final Fantasy series and Final Fantasy 15 specifically. Square Enix's most successful franchise. So let's discuss my perspective. With me personally being a newcomer to the Final Fantasy series and Final Fantasy 15 being catered for newcomers to the series, I had very high expectations. And they weren't fulfilled. My friends, you know, that are big Final Fantasy fans that have played just about all of them or just most of them, they really hyped me up, you know, and I got consumed by that hype. So I really had to try it out. And this being the next single player installment for the Final Fantasy series for like 7 years, you know, I had high expectations, like I said. I expected nothing but greatness, man. If you want to see my full thoughts on this game, you know, I have a video specifically for that. It should be in the cards in the top. I don't even know what side that is. Top right, I guess. Yeah. And you know, since this Final Fantasy series and Final Fantasy is like the head of JRPGs and worldwide, you know, I feel like the company Square Enix, they always got a target on their back. You know, people are always trying to look for flaws. And I feel like it's not fair, but at the same time, why else are they at the top? Think about it, because obviously they did something to get themselves there, you know? You don't just wake up one day and have the best JRPG franchise worldwide, you know what I mean? You gotta do something. So with that being said, they should be able to follow up. If they've done greatness before, they should know how to do it again with time. Now, I don't care if you're a diehard Final Fantasy fan. I want you, for this video, for this, just in general, I want you to just get that fanboyism out of the way, all right? Get that shit out of here. We don't want to see it anymore. And I want you guys to understand and let me know what you guys think the flaws were for Final Fantasy 15, because I know what they were for the most part. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, we got the GOAT, okay? Persona 5, or should I say Shin Megami Tensei.
Whoa, wrong game, bro. You mean Persona.
Newcomers, man. Shin Megami Tensei, Persona, or just Persona, you know, whichever one you want to call it, it works. It's the same thing. And for Persona specifically, we haven't seen anything in that series, franchise, whatever you want to call it, for about 9 years, since 2008. And that's not counting Persona 4 Golden, which is a remake of Persona 4. And the thing is, alright, I probably had even higher expectations for this game versus Final Fantasy 15 because I had just recently played Persona 4 Golden and I just fell in love, man. I just fell in love with the whole, just the way it is, you know what I'm saying? And where I am so far in Persona 5, I'm happily pleased, I will say. Atlus stuck to the basics and just took their already polished formula and just gave us an enhanced experience. But of course, I'm not gonna suck it off, you know, whatever. I will say there are some things that's wrong going on with it a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit too like just catered for newcomers as well, you know, the same way that Final Fantasy 15 was. I feel like it did a little bit too much, it made it a little bit too easy, and I'm feeling a slight sense of too much linearness, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I had more freedom in Persona 4, but nonetheless, I'm still enjoying it a lot, man. So with such a difference in quality, you know, of gaming enjoyment experience, why is Final Fantasy still all the way at the top? Final Fantasy 15 had a rush story, about 35 plus hours of gameplay, and was admittedly unfinished. While Persona 5, on the other hand, enhanced the entire Persona experience, was about 80 plus hours of gameplay minimum, and is one of the most polished games I've ever played. What's going on here, bruh? So before I go into my reasons and thoughts of what's going on here, I want to hear what you guys gotta say. Put it down in the comments below right now. Okay, right now. But for me, I think it's just that Final Fantasy is just so established worldwide. You know, no matter what kind of games you prefer in terms of Japanese or American, you still know the name Final Fantasy. And so being at the top, it's hard to, you know, take it down, even though they put back-to-back bad games out. Final Fantasy 13 and Final Fantasy 15. Now, I know I haven't played 13, but some of my good friends that played most of the Final Fantasy franchises said that they did not like it, but they even said 13 was better than 15, which is surprising, very surprising. And you know, the way that Final Fantasy and Square Enix changed up the turn-basedness now it's real time. I'm wondering if Persona needs to do something like that to get its worldwide appeal up, in a sense. And will Final Fantasy ever go back to the turn-basedness? You know, I think we're gonna have to have a video about that, but that'll be for another time. But all I know is one day I want to see my favorite franchise on top. I want to see this bad boy being talked about by everybody, being known by everybody. And so with the Final Fantasy VII remake coming up soon, I plan on getting that and trying to finally see, you know, where the real shine is in the Final Fantasy franchise, because I can tell you right now, Final Fantasy didn't show me anything. But other than that, that's all I gotta say. Like I said, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I want us to have a little discussion. I like talking with you guys in the comments below. So let's see, you know, I want to see what everyone's reasonings and what you guys think is the reason why Persona 5 will never go to the top. So other than that, that's all I gotta say. Other than that, I will see you all in the next video. Peace. You see, I'm waiting and they hating, and I'm sipping on my tea. Bad bitch walking past, may I stop you, please? And I'm hungry as a bitch, but this life ain't free. If I'm trying to get this money, I can't really shake a tree. I be working, it's a 3:15. When I stop